Welcome back to the brand new Season 3 of our epic journey, starting from absolutely $0 in Farming Simulator 25. And guys, I've got some incredible news to share with you today. Remember how we ended last season completely broke? Well, buckle up because what happened next will blow your mind. Hold up. If you're just joining us or missed the last episode, there's a card popping up right now in the corner. Trust me, you'll want to check that out first because this comeback story is absolutely insane. So here's the thing. Being at $0 didn't last long. At all. The moment I woke up in August, it was like Christmas morning. My passive income investments had been working overtime while I was sleeping, and boom, just under $50,000 sitting pretty in my bank account. This is exactly why we've been grinding so hard on those investments. And guys, this is proof that the strategy is working. But here's where it gets even better. I didn't waste a single second. Time is money in this game, and I had a plan. First priority, straight to the stone crusher. I set those stones to load directly to the cement factory because this passive income machine needs to keep running 24/7. Second priority, the chickens. And guys, these little moneymakers were hungry. I jumped into my trusty tractor, loaded up that precious sorghum from the silo, and transported it straight to the chicken coop. Third priority, water run to the greenhouses. These bad boys need to stay running at full capacity because every hour of downtime is money lost. But then I noticed something. Houston, we have a problem. The cement factory was completely full of stones, which meant any new stones from the crusher would just pile up uselessly. You know what I did? I got creative. I placed a stone selling point right in front of the cement factory's loading area. Boom, problem solved. Now, whenever I have excess stones, they get sold automatically instead of creating a traffic jam. With the infrastructure running smoothly, it was time to get my hands dirty with some serious contract work. Contract number 1. Plowing job on farmland. 32. While my AI was busy plowing away, I spotted an even juicier opportunity. A cultivating job on farmland 85 worth $6,100. I'm telling you, multitasking is everything in this game. But I was just getting warmed up. The contracts kept rolling in. Cultivating field 19 for $6,800. Stone picking on farmland, 65. $8,000. This one was a gold mine. Multiple harvesting jobs, and many more cultivating and sowing contracts. And here's the kicker. By the end of this contract spree, I went from $50,000 to $193,000. Remember, last episode we were at zero. This comeback is absolutely insane, and it's all thanks to those strategic investments we made earlier, combined with some serious contract grinding. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I'm still at the point where I need to rely heavily on contracts, but I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. My goal is to shift focus toward expanding my farm operations, so I can work independently without depending on contract work. We're not quite there yet, but man, we're making serious progress. August was incredible. But September? September was about to blow my mind even more. I woke up to check my bank account and I had over $260,000. That's an additional $67,000 generated passively while I was sleeping. Guys, this is why we invest. This is why we grind. This is the power of passive income. Time for the morning routine. 1. Set stones to sell. 2. Check on the chicken. 3. Water the greenhouses. But then I noticed something exciting. My grass fields were ready for harvest. Field 86 was looking absolutely perfect for mowing, so I jumped in my tractor and hired an AI worker to handle the mowing while I multitasked with more contracts. Plowing job on farmland. 16. And stone, picking on farmland 52 that brought in $6,300. This is what I love about this game. You can always be productive on multiple fronts. While my AI worker finished mowing field 86, I sent him over to field 11 to keep the grass harvest going, and hired another AI worker to start windrowing the freshly mowed grass on field 86. Once the windrowing was complete, I switched things up. Sent the windrowing AI to field 11, and I personally took my baler to field 86 to create those valuable silage bales. But wait, there's more. The grass on my main farm had grown back again, so I decided to mow it one more time and scored a few extra silage bales. However, I made a strategic decision here. I don't want to turn this into another dedicated grass field. This land is reserved for my main farm operations, just like we decided back in episode 1 when I first purchased it. I transported 13 silage bales to my storage from the main farm grass, while the bales from fields 86 and 11 will be sold next month once they ferment. After finishing the grass work on my main farm, I made a controversial decision. I painted over the tall grass with short grass that won't grow back. My reasoning? In the future, when I have more funds, I'll spend time making it look absolutely beautiful. But right now, functionality trumps aesthetics. But I want your opinion. Drop a comment below. Should I have kept the tall grass for regular mowing? Or do you think the short grass looks better? Or maybe you have completely different ideas for this space? Let me know. With $266,000 burning a hole in my virtual pocket, I spotted an incredible investment opportunity, a shelter with a solar roof. This wasn't just about storage, though organizing all my equipment in one place is fantastic. This shelter generates anywhere from $0 to just under $6,700 per month in solar energy income. Think about it. Passive income on top of passive income. This is how you build wealth in Farming Simulator. I spent the next several minutes arranging everything to be both accessible and visually appealing. Organization isn't just about looking good, it's about efficiency, and efficiency equals profit. After setting up my awesome new solar shelter, I accepted another plowing job on Farmland 79 for $2,700 and hired an AI worker while I focused on my own field. I decided to sow my field with barley, and here's my reasoning. Even though I already have plenty of chicken feed, it's better to be safe than sorry. Purchasing food for chickens is expensive, and if I produce too much, I can always sell the excess crops. It's a win-win situation. After the AI worker finished sowing, I hired another worker to fertilize the field. Why? Because I want to get as close as possible to that 100% yield bonus. Every percentage point matters when you're building an empire. After completing more contracts, I had $174,000 in the bank and faced a major decision. I decided to invest in pigs, but honestly, guys, I'm second-guessing myself here. I need your help. Are pigs actually worth it in Farming Simulator 25? Can I make a real profit from them? This is where your experience and knowledge could save me from a costly mistake. I went all in and spent $164,000 on a large pigsty with a capacity of 275 pigs. I placed it strategically right next to the chicken coop for operational efficiency. But here's the problem. After that massive investment, I only had $10,000 left and couldn't afford the actual pigs. Time for some quick thinking. I loaded up the cement bags that my cement factory had produced and made a beeline for the farmer's market. Boom! $25,000 in sales. But I still needed more, so I completed 2 additional contracts to boost my income, enough to afford my pig investment. With just under $68,000 in the bank, it was pig shopping time. I purchased 95 German landrace for $21,850, 90 Bentheim Black Pied for $20,700, and 90 Berkshires also for $20,700. Total, 275 pigs filling my pigsty to capacity. This is my strategy. Before they start reproducing, I plan to sell some of them to make room for the babies. Another question for you experts, is this a solid strategy, or am I missing something crucial about pig management? I loaded up sorghum in my trailer and transported it to the pigsty. But I have so many questions. What's the best food for pigs? Should I stick with sorghum or invest in the specialized pig food from the store? I read on Reddit that pig food type doesn't really matter for profitability. Is that actually true? If you have experience with pig farming in this game, please drop your knowledge in the comments. Your advice could make or break this investment. It's October, early morning, and I'm staring at a bank balance that should terrify me. Only $84,000. To hit $1 million from here means I need to earn over $916,000 in one episode. The ambition is massive, but here's why I think it's actually possible. My morning routine is now a well-oiled machine, and every minute counts today. First stop, setting the stones to load at the cement factory. This passive income stream has been quietly building wealth while I sleep. Next, I'm checking on our livestock investments. The chickens are laying consistently, and our new pigs are already showing promise. Finally, those greenhouse crops need their daily watering. Another passive income stream that's about to pay dividends. But here's the real game changer I've been waiting for. Remember those grass bales I prepared in episode 8? They've been fermenting into silage, and silage sells for significantly more than regular grass. Time to cash in. I hook up the bale trailer and head straight to the grass fields, loading up 24 bales per trip, and when I sell this first load, just over $50,000 in one transaction. But I can't get comfortable yet. While that's a great start, I still need over $860,000 to hit my target. The pressure is real. After selling all the silage bales and fertilizing the grass fields for the next cycle, it's time to shift into high gear with contract work. First up, a sunflower harvest on field 77 paying $15,000 after leasing fees. For a single contract, that's huge. I immediately lease the harvester, drive to the field, and hire an AI worker because time is everything today. While the AI handles field 77, I spot another opportunity. A cultivating contract on field 91 for $11,600. The contracts are literally popping up faster than I can complete them. When the AI finishes field 77, I collect the sunflowers and earn an additional $11,700 at the selling point. By 10:30 a.m., we're sitting at $276,000. That's almost $200,000 earned in just a few hours, putting us at roughly $1/4 of our $1,000,000 goal. But here's where things get really interesting. The momentum is building. Next contract, another sunflower harvest on field 31 for $7,600. But this time, I don't need to lease equipment since I already have it. This is how you maximize profit margins. Then comes a mowing contract on field 45 for $5,300, followed by an incredible string of high-paying jobs. Sunflower harvests, soybean work, plowing, cultivating, some of these pushing over $11,000 each. But even after this contract marathon, grinding for hours, my bank balance sits at $417,000. I'm not even halfway to $1 million yet, and doubt starts creeping in. Is this goal actually achievable, or am I being too ambitious? There's only one way to find out. Time to sleep and let the passive income work overnight. I wake up in November to a pleasant surprise. $478,000 in the bank. Those overnight investments added $61,000 while I slept. This is why diversifying income streams matters. After my morning routine, I dive back into contracts. A stone picking job for $1,800, a plowing contract for $7,200, then a cotton harvest that initially pays $5,400 but yields an additional $7,700 from leftover cotton. We're now just over $550,000. The contracts slow down to smaller $2,000 payouts, but every penny counts toward that $1,000,000 target. I also noticed the livestock need feeding, so I transport barley from the silo to keep the production chains running smoothly. End-of-month sales push us to $691,000 after selling cement bags for $29,000 and eggs for another $29,000. We're at $691,000 by the end of November, still over $300,000 short with potentially just 1 month left. The pressure is mounting. December arrives and this is it, make or break time. I wanted to hit $1 million by January, which means December is my last real shot. Morning contracts provide steady income, but then I noticed something crucial. My grass fields are ready for harvest again. This is where proper timing and farm management become critical. I orchestrate the harvest like a symphony. AI worker mowing field 84 while I set up another worker to windrow behind him. As soon as field 84 is done, the mower moves to field 11. I handle the baling myself because every bale represents potential profit. After more contract grinding, we hit $850,000. Close, but not close enough. It's 3:30 p.m. and I'm genuinely worried. That's when I make a crucial decision. Sell the silage bales I've been storing. Sometimes you have to sacrifice long-term storage for short-term goals. First load of 24 bales sells for just over $50,000. The final 4 bales add $8,400. Now we're at $909,000. Less than $100,000 to go, but time is running out. Then, like a miracle, a plowing contract appears for Field 77, just under $18,000. I accept immediately and hire a worker. While that's running, a small cultivating contract pops up for $2,000. Every dollar matters now. Despite all this grinding, I still haven't hit the $1 million mark. I have one last strategy. I wait until 11 p.m. for the greenhouses to produce their passive income, the cement factory to complete another batch of cement bags, and the chickens to lay more eggs. This timing is everything, maximizing every possible income source. I load just 2 pallets of eggs and a few cement bags. First stop, the small farmer's kiosk where the eggs sell for $10,200. Second stop, the farmer's market for the cement bags. $15,500 for the cement bags, and we did it, finally! After episodes of strategic planning, countless hours of contract work, smart investments in passive income, and perfect timing, we've crossed the $1 million threshold in Farming Simulator 25. But here's the thing about reaching your first million. It's not about having money sitting in the bank, it's about what you do with it next. This $1 million represents endless possibilities. Bigger equipment, more land, expanded production facilities, or maybe even starting a completely new operation. I let the wheel decide my $1 million investment, and you're about to see if it was genius or complete madness. We've built up quite the operation so far, and now we're at a point where I can make some serious investments. We have 6 options on this wheel: playground maker, canning factory, goats, sheep, solar collectors, bees, and grass fields. I'll need to spin multiple times since some of these won't reach $1 million on their own. Let's see what the wheel chooses for our first investment. And we land on playground maker. Honestly, I have no idea what to expect from this one, but the wheel has spoken. Let's see if this turns out to be genius or a complete disaster. It's January, and as usual, I had to check on my livestock, cement factory, and greenhouses. But today is special. We're about to make the wheel's first choice, and I'm genuinely nervous about this one. I went to purchase the playground maker for $150,000, having absolutely no clue what I was getting myself into. Here's what I discovered. The playground maker produces toy tractors, and it only requires 2 materials: planks and long planks. Since I'm not doing forestry and don't have these materials, I have to buy them from the warehouse. To produce just one toy tractor, you need 8,400 planks and 2,016 long planks. So I went straight to the warehouse and purchased materials for the entire year. $389,500 for 51,000 liters of planks and 13,000 liters of long planks. Since the production doesn't use round numbers like 8,000 liters exactly, I had to purchase an additional 1,000 liters to keep production running smoothly. Altogether, this first wheel investment cost me $539,500. After transporting all the materials to the playground maker, I let the production run. And here's the part that completely shocked me. One toy tractor generates $150,000 and takes 2 months to produce. That's $900,000 in revenue every single year. Take that $900,000 minus our investment of just under $540,000, and we're looking at $360,500 of pure profit from this production. And this is only because I play on easy mode. On normal or hard difficulty, this would be completely different. But here's the crazy part. In the second year, when the production is paid off and we only need to buy materials, we're looking at $500,000 of pure profit for doing absolutely nothing. The wheel might have just given us the best investment in Farming Simulator 25. Moving on, I sold all the silage bales we made last month and generated $84,000. I think I forgot to fertilize the grass fields, which is why I got fewer silage bales than expected. Either I forgot to fertilize or harvested too early, but lesson learned. This time, I won't forget. I hired an AI worker to fertilize Field 11 and Field 84 immediately. Next, I had to feed the pigs since they were running out of food. And that marks the end of January with our first wheel-chosen investment set and running. Straight to February. I did my morning routine and checked on the playground maker to see how our wheel investment was performing. You can see the stages of the toy tractor being made, and in the bottom right corner it shows the percentage completion, which is actually pretty cool. With nothing major happening in February, We're jumping to March, where I sold 125 pigs for $92,300. I realized afterward that I made a mistake. I thought they would reproduce the next month and I was making room for baby pigs, but that wasn't the case. Mistakes happen and we learn from them. I could have easily quit and restarted, but that's not the point. If I make a mistake, I'll own it and share it with you so you don't make the same error. 2 months have passed since the playground maker started running, and it finally produced our first toy tractor, generating our first $150,000. The wheel's first choice is already proving to be incredible. After that, I accepted a stone-picking contract for $5,500. I also realized another mistake. I was producing cement bags instead of cement bricks in my cement factory. Cement bricks actually generate an additional $1,000 per month. That's $12,000 per year I was losing. So I switched to cement bricks and sold all existing cement bags for $38,800. With the pigs eating more food, Field 36 alone couldn't keep up with feeding both chickens and pigs. So I invested in Field 37, right above Field 36. I also bought Grass Field 12. And you'll see why this was strategic in just a moment. Time to let the wheel decide our second investment. Let's see what the wheel chooses next. And we get sheep. Interesting choice, wheel. This is going to require some serious preparation since sheep only eat grass or hay. Good thing I just bought that grass field. April arrived and I had to prepare for our wheel's second choice. I went to Field 37 to cultivate it and hired an AI worker to plant sorghum, the only crop I can plant at this time that both chickens and pigs can eat. Next, I mowed the grass on Field 12. Since sheep need grass or hay, I had to buy another baler specifically for grass bales. I only had one for silage bales before. After baling the grass and transporting it to my farm, I executed the wheel's second investment. I spent $97,000 on the sheep barn and another $15,600 on the sheep themselves. Including the grass field and new baler, this wheel-chosen investment cost me $299,700 total. 2 investments down, and we're getting closer to that $1 million mark. With the sheep investment complete, I focused on some contract work. A fertilizing contract for Field 77 popped up for $9,600, which I couldn't resist. I noticed the pigs had produced a lot of slurry, so I tried buying a slurry tanker to save money on solid fertilizer. But the spreader only held 8,200 liters and would take forever on large fields. The bigger ones required tractors I don't have, so I sold it back and stuck with solid fertilizer. That wrapped up April with 2 wheel investments running successfully. May started with the usual checks on all productions and livestock. I focused on my grass fields, mowing, windrowing, and baling for silage. I completed 2 contracts and bought 5,000 liters of pig food since the pigs were running low. June brought great news. The pigs finally reproduced. I checked on the sheep, chickens, and all productions to ensure everything was running smoothly. The most important task was harvesting Field 36's barley because the pigs and chickens desperately needed food. I managed to harvest around 32,000 liters of barley. I baled the straw afterward and between contracts, sold more silage bales. I finished June just above $1,500,000. We've had great success with the playground maker, and the sheep are settling in nicely, but we need one more investment to reach our $1 million goal. Time for the wheel to make its final decision. And our final investment is solar collectors. I've actually done these before, so I know they're solid investments. I bought 2 collectors costing $187,000, bringing our total investment across all 3 wheel choices to $1,026,000. We've officially hit our $1 million investment goal. Now I want your opinion in the comments. Should I calculate the grass field and baler as part of the sheep investment cost or separate? If separate, I could buy additional solar collectors. Let me know what you think. July brought a major decision that had nothing to do with the wheel. I purchased all the remaining grass fields on the map. I'm going all in on silage bales as my own side investment. The rest of July was pure grind mode. I was multi-managing with 3 active contracts almost constantly. 1 worker harvesting canola, another on peas, a third on spinach, while I transported crops to selling points. When 6 p.m. hit and contract work ended, I loaded my trailer with cement bricks and sold some to the Grain Elevator Museum for $31,600 and the rest to the farmer's market for $29,000. And that brings us to the end of Season 3 of Starting from $0 in Farming Simulator 25. If you enjoyed watching this journey, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more farming content. Haven't seen how this all began? Check out the previous 2 seasons right here to see the complete transformation from absolute zero. Thanks for joining me on this incredible farming adventure, and I'll see you in Season 4.